Hi. Welcome to More Theories YouTube channel. Today is a very important day in the sports field in India. Why? Because today is the birthday of India's finest women cricketer, Miss Mithali Raj. She turns 40 today. The most legendary player of Indian cricket is definitely, without arguments. I'm not saying arguably, without any arguments, she is the best cricketer India has produced. And I had the fortune of watching the biopic on Mithali Raj. The critics were not very favorable regarding the movie, mainly because the movie had many anecdotes rather than a storyline. But I loved that movie because it clearly showed the hard path that Mithali Raj took in becoming the best Indian women cricketer ever. She is the one who has scored 7,805 runs in 232 test matches at an excellent average of 50.68. Even a male cricketer will be envious of such a record. And she was the India captain. She has scored 7 centuries and 64 50s. And they all came, rather, many of them came when India was needing the score most. So many of them came in a winning cause. That just statistics does not give Mithali's greatness. She deserves credit for bringing Indian women's cricket to where it is. She made it possible that the Indian cricket, women's cricket, is also seen on par with the men's cricket. So earlier, BCCI was only managing the men's cricket, and women's cricket was in a ailing stage. Not much attention was given to women's cricket. If you watch the biopic, it clearly shows you how she fought the institution to ensure that women's cricket is also managed by India's richest sports body, that is BCCI. Even when BCCI took over women's cricket, it seems they were partisan. They were thinking that you won't get many sponsors for women's cricket, and it won't be a money spinner. Instead of thinking that the sports has to be above money. In fact, BCCI is a Section 25 company. I don't know what is the current section under the Indian Companies Act. It is a company which is not for profit. It is to promote sports. Still, they were money-minded and belittled the women cricketers. And she fought against the institution to ensure that women's cricket got its due. Today, a lot more viewers are there for women's cricket as well. And Indian women cricket team is repeatedly making our nation proud. Salute to all the women cricketers. She hasn't won a World Cup as such, but she inspired millions of girls to take up cricket as a career path. She is more than just another former Indian cricketer. She is a role model and an icon for those who followed her. Some statistics also we should recount to know the greatness of Mithali Raj. She is the top run getter in women's internationals. Mithali Raj became the leading run scorer in the women's game in July 2021. Mithali has smashed 10,868 runs in 333 international matches across all formats. So ODI, Test, T20, you name it, she has scored runs in that and very consistently. And she is the most capped player in ODIs. Mithali Raj and Julan Goswami are the only two players who have played more than 200 ODIs. Mithali has played most ODIs, that is 232 ODIs she has played. And she has the record of having most wins as captain of the Indian team. Mithali was a great skipper, and 89 wins she has out of 155 as captain, which is more than 50% win rate. And she also scripted history in 2014 when she led India to their first Test series victory against England in their own backyard, which is a creditable achievement. Even men's cricket team struggles in England where ball swings a lot. So it speaks highly about her acumen as a leader and an inspirational person. She is the youngest women cricketer to notch up a ODI century. Mithali displayed her class on her debut match itself and scored an unbeaten 114 runs against Ireland in 1999. So when she did that, she was the youngest player in women's cricket to score a ODI century at that time. After that, maybe that was that may be beaten, but she remains to be the youngest player to notch up 100 in a ODI match. What a great cricketer. And we all should be proud that Mithali Raj has so many achievements to her credit and brought women's cricket to where it is today. Here I am wishing Mithali Raj a very, very happy birthday. I salute her for her contribution to the Indian cricket. I don't want to differentiate it as men's cricket and women's cricket. I remember one quote from the movie when the Indian women's team comes back after a tour, after doing very well, and at the same time, Indian men's team also comes back in the same airport, and they, despite performing poorly, are adulated a lot. Mithali Raj looks at the scene and she feels we should change the way Indian women's team is seen. And somebody goes and asks her, who is your favorite men's cricketer? She doesn't reply directly, but she sarcastically asks him back, will you go and ask any of the Indian men's cricketer who is their favorite women's cricketer? That is her class. She fought for the Indian women's, not only cricket, for the sports to be recognized where it is today. Once again, I salute her and wish her all the very best on her 40th birthday. Wish you have a very healthy and happy life, dear Mithali Raj.